The end of the week panel on Joy Reid's Friday MSNBC show discussed the Republican Party's move further right. The chat began with the group trashing Governor Ron DeSantis, Republican Florida, for not being ready for primetime as he prepares for a potential presidential run. DeSantis recently had supporters of Donald Trump's thrown out of an event, which isn't likely to grow his audience. DeSantis is also at war with Disney, claiming that people are sexualizing children. Meanwhile, Reid brought up the recent child labor laws in Arkansas being withdrawn so that children can be forced back into the mines or to work in meat packing plants for cheap labor. The law was signed with Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Republican Arkansas, surrounded by children with big smiles. The game in politics is supposed to be to win, Reid explained. But even someone like Governor Glenn Youngkin, Republican Virginia, this is somebody who comes from, hyper-capitalist background. You have Joe Biden sitting on 300,000 plus jobs created in the last month, sitting on an economy that is growing, 3.6% unemployment, another really good economic report for him this year, but now people on Fox saying, you know what, we may not get the recession that they were hoping for. So, he is sitting on an economy that is growing. He is pumping money into rural red areas to try to lure away some white working class and brown, and black and Asian American working class voters all over the country. And the answer that Republican politicians that are running for president seem to have is attacking trans people, which younger voters under 30 means that you're going to lose them in a landslide. Younger voters are not playing that game. If your game is to attack trans people, what voters under 30 are you getting? You're going to lose even young white voters under 30 that way. Republican strategist Susan Del Percio agreed, saying that DeSantis isn't bringing anyone into his coalition, rather, he's pushing people away. They're gonna come crashing down on his head because right now, you're absolutely right, Joe Biden, you may not even like all of his policies, but he is delivering for the American public. These guys are just trying to divide the American public, said Del Percio. One would think, in a country with an epidemic of gun violence and child labor happening, we just found out that the governor of Arkansas signed a bill to make that easier for companies in her state, and they've been busted already. In meat packing companies, she signed a bill to make that easier, said Reid. I struggle to understand why people vote like this. Like they do in these red states. But when you take that show on the road, the rest of the country is horrified. Political strategists agreed, saying that they're not growing the electorate that way. Yup, it's the Fox News strategy, said Reid. Just keep them there. But it's the same people. You need more people. It's supposed to be addition.